Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into what is absolutely the ultimate historical case study on character, ambition, and making truly agonizing choices. We're going to explore the remarkable story of Jonathan's choice and the immense, very real cost of choosing personal integrity over a literal crown.
So, what if doing the exact right thing meant you had to give up an entire kingdom? Just sit with that for a second. Most of us assume integrity is pretty easy when there's nothing on the line. But what actually happens when doing what's right requires you to sacrifice everything you've ever worked for and everything you thought you were destined to be?
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the cost of a crown. It's really the ultimate test of integrity.
Now, the reality of integrity is often, kind of uncomfortable. It's incredibly easy for us to support fairness when we're the ones benefiting, right? It's super convenient to stand up for justice when it actively advances our own interests. But the absolute crucial point here is that true integrity demands personal sacrifice. Jonathan knew exactly what he was doing. He knew for a fact that supporting justice was going to jeopardize his entire future and his royal inheritance, and yet, he actively chose justice over his own rightful claim to the throne anyway.
Moving right along to Section 2, the heir and the rival. A true collision of destinies.
On paper, by every human standard, Jonathan literally had the perfect resume for the crown. He was the eldest son of King Saul, he had the royal blood, he had established military success under his belt, and he was the natural, undisputed heir to the throne of Israel. Interestingly, ancient royal succession wasn't always just a guaranteed straight line from father to son. It heavily required military backing and popular support. And Jonathan easily commanded both of those. His future was entirely set. But then, David arrives on the scene, and this is a massive disruption. Out of nowhere, David defeats Goliath, experiences this soaring, explosive popularity. He's being celebrated in song by the people, and Jonathan realizes David is actually chosen by God for a special purpose. David essentially became the ultimate existential threat to all of Jonathan's worldly ambitions.
Which brings us to Section 3, caught in the crossfire, the immense pressure of loyalty and ambition. So David takes down Goliath, and suddenly the entire political landscape just shifts completely. King Saul, again Jonathan's own father, becomes utterly consumed with paranoia and jealousy. He's actively seeking to end David's life. Now, Saul fully expects his son to be loyal to the family dynasty, right? To step up and protect his own future inheritance. But instead of conspiring with his dad, Jonathan actively defends David. He repeatedly puts his relationship with the king on the line to warn and protect his perceived rival. He is literally step by step dismantling his own safety net.
I really want you to mentally place yourself in Jonathan's shoes for a moment. Just look at the gravity of this dilemma. You are completely caught between your family loyalty and your deep moral conviction. You're torn right down the middle between personal ambition and justice. You have to choose between this massive immediate advantage, literally becoming the king of a nation, and lasting integrity. Imagine the pressure to just keep your mouth shut. All Jonathan had to do was stand back, do nothing, and events would have unfolded perfectly in his favor. But he didn't.
Let's look at Section 4, sacrificing the throne, choosing truth over convenience.
Instead of giving into that toxic jealousy, Jonathan does something incredible. He forms a deep, genuine friendship with David. He then takes a huge risk, actively defending David to the king himself, which creates massive personal and physical danger for him. He even sneaks out to meet David in secret during David's darkest hours in hiding, purely to bolster his faith and confidence. And finally, the clincher. He openly acknowledges that David, not himself, will be the future king. In that incredible, touching moment in hiding, Jonathan just gracefully accepts a future with far less personal advancement than he was born to inherit.
And this specific action kind of forces us to totally redefine the word itself. Integrity is the willingness to place principles above personal gain. It isn't just about basic honesty or, simply telling the truth. Real, profound integrity sometimes requires literally giving up an opportunity or completely refusing a massive advantage, purely for the sake of what is right.
That leads us nicely into Section 5, when integrity costs you. Let's frame this around the modern pursuit of success.
Because Jonathan's ancient choice, it builds into a very direct, real challenge for us today, especially since we live in a world that is constantly pushing us to get ahead at absolutely any cost. Just look at how we typically measure modern success today. It's all about titles, promotions, wealth, influence, recognition. Now contrast that with the markers of lasting success: honor, trustworthiness, faithfulness. A crown gained through compromise is, at the end of the day, an empty victory. The enduring foundation of true character, though, is built on things that are far, far more valuable than any temporary power.
Integrity is not proven when principles are convenient. It is proven when principles are costly. If you remember nothing else, this is the hard-hitting takeaway of our whole explainer today. Seriously, anyone can choose what is right when there's nothing to lose. But true greatness is measured entirely by what you are willing to sacrifice when making the right choice is going to cost you everything. Because success without integrity is completely empty. But integrity without success, that is still a massive victory. Sometimes the absolute greatest triumph is not gaining the crown, it is keeping your character intact. Jonathan's legacy endures literally thousands of years later, not because he got to sit on a throne, but because of the unbelievably noble character he displayed when he actively chose not to. So here's my final thought for you to chew on. What crown might you need to step away from so you can keep your character intact today?